Welcome to the Mss Francois Show, the talk show that uses laughter and humor to help you deal with your dysfunctional relationships. Today, I have a great show for you. Today, we're going to be surrounded by lots of men. But before you see all these men, I'm going to have a musical guest come on. I'm super excited because I saw him on Instagram and I love this song. So my guest name is Dappa Dox. He's a recording artist with Trinidadian roots. You know I like my Trinidadian men, eh? Since he grew up in Brooklyn and in Trinidad, Dox has incorporated both musical songs. He is here to perform She Don't Care About You. Okay, I'll let him do the singing. So, take it away, Dappa Dox.
She don't care about no problems or she bills pay on time. It's only hard work all day. It's only fat on we mind. Relax, have a time. Come out to lime. All the gal and them real restless cause them come out here to wine. She don't care about no problems or she bills pay on time. It's only hard work all day. She in a rush to fetish she time. She bump into me by accident, only fet on she mine. She bump a cause a real accident, full car insurance one time. Aye, your bumper out of place, yeah. Your waist can't stay one place, yeah. You junk in your trunk concerning. Look how she will and twerk it, gal. You better know what you're doing. Your bumper shake like earthquake. You junk in your trunk concerning. Look how she will and turn it. Leave she alone. She want to whine by herself. When she gets in the mood, she go pick you off of the shelf. She's a grown woman, boy. She know what she want. She need a real good detailer to fix the junk in she trunk. Your bumper out of place, gal. Your waist can't stay one place, gal. You junk in your trunk concerning. Look how she will and talk it, gal. You better know what you're doing. Your bumper shake like earthquake. You junk in your trunk concerning. Look how she will and she don't care about no problems or she bills pay on time. It's only hard work all day. She in a rush to fetish she time. She bump into me by accident, only fet on she mine. She bump a cause a real accident, full cover insurance one time. If she alone, she want to whine by herself. When she gets in the mood, she go come and ask her for help. She's a grown woman, boy. She know what she want. She want a real good mechanic come and fix the leak in she hood. Huh. Your bumper out of place, gal. Your waist can't stay one place, gal. You junk in your trunk concerning. Look how she will and talk it, gal. You better know what you're doing. Your bumper shake like earthquake. You junk in your trunk concerning. Look how she will and she don't care about no problems or she bills pay on time. It's only hard work all day. She in a rush to fetish she time. She bump into me by accident, only fet on she mine. She bump a cause a real accident, full car insurance one time. Ha!
Thank you, Dappa Dox. That was an original song, and I must say, whoever that dancer was, she is amazing. So that song was She Don't Care, and I don't care today because these men, I'm sorry for them. So, today's segment is called What Men Want. Basically, I'm just going to ask 3 men a bunch of questions. Hopefully, they could answer it. If not, if any one of these men are married, you know, you need to check your husband after the show, okay? So first up, we have Mr. James. I could never pronounce that name, so it's
Zeiss.
Zeiss.
Z in front of Ice. Zeiss.
Okay, why you trying to say what? Okay, Mr. Zeiss. He has experience in film, TV, theater, and commercials. He is the host of his own web series called Section 420, Talking Yankees, and has written and directed 2 short films. This winter, James will be on stage for the production of Three's a Company 2. for New York Winterfest at the Hudson Gill Theater.
Nice.
But
Yeah, congratulations.
okay, so he's still looking for a job. I mean, he ain't really working nowhere. But we're up second. Oh, tall, dark, and handsome. You look like some chocolate. We have Malik Turnage. He's a self-made businessman with unique skills to create. I don't know what the hell he was trying to tell me. But anyway, he's the CEO of Tracy. What is that, Tracy and what?
And Malik's Bus Company.
And Malik Bus Company, Inc. The Cheese Bus Inc. and founder and director of Laugh and Learn Place Inc. And, right, that's it? Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, and Conversations with Malik podcast.
Oh, he has his own podcast, Conversations with Malik podcast. And last but not least, we have Mr. Quentin Mezetin, also known as the Mind Investor. He's a 34-year-old married with 5 kids and only 1 wife. Okay, he's a public speaker and a successful entrepreneur. You notice he didn't mention what he's an entrepreneur. Another one, no job. But anyway. Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello.
So we have James, we have Quentin, we have Malik. Right? So I said all that stuff. I just want to add some tiny little background. James, he's in about his 30s, Italian, Irish, single. Longest relationship is about 10 years. We have Malik, he's in his 40s, married for over 20 years, 4 kids between the ages of 17 and 30. And Quentin, he's in his 30s, married for, yeah, very early.
Started early. You're like, wow.
Quentin is in his 30s, married for over 15 years, 5 kids, ages 3 to 15. I have that correct?
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. I don't really care about that, but I just want people to have that. So time for some questions. You know me, I like to get into my questions. The first one is, how often generally men want to have sex per week? James?
It depends on the week, I guess.
It depends on the week.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like a week where you have a lot, you're very busy, you're probably not thinking about it that much as you might think, because you're just so busy.
Okay, as you can tell, that's a rehearsed answer, so I'm going to move right along. He obviously don't want to have any kind of sex, if that's the answer he provided, right? Quentin, how often do you men actually want to have sex per week? Because I'm tired and I don't want to be having it that often.
All right, so God created the world in 6 days and rested on 1. So I see 5 to 6 times should be adequate.
5 to 6
with
times.
The right type
yeah,
of...
I mean, that makes sense. You have 5 kids. I believe you. Mr. Malik, you short 1 kid, so maybe you're not doing this as much?
Well, I don't know about that.
But how often you would want to have sex, Mr. Malik?
You know what? For me, it really depends on the time of year. Yeah.
What? So only on Easter and Christmas?
No, so listen. So when it gets warm, I'm like, I could do it every day from spring to fall.
Oh, I heard, all I heard was every day. I'm like, what the
No,
hell?
when it's warm, something happens to me. As soon as the spring start coming, I just like tingles and everything. I'm just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he married. He married. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me focus. So the only person not having sex here is James. Okay. With that, okay, when you first see a female, what's the first thing that pops in your mind? Quentin?
She must be, damn. When I first see a female?
Yes, when you first see a female, what's the first thing that pops in your mind? Because right now, James is rehearsing the answer.
Look at her. Like, that's nice.
That's nice. I'll tell you why. What is the first thing that pops in your mind when you see a female?
It depends on what she looks like.
Okay, so she's me. What's the first thing you say to yourself when you see me?
Sex.
James, you see sex?
Would I want to have
my
sex
God,
with this
you know
person
what,
or
James,
not?
you're not coming back on the show. You know what? Let me get James his own question.
All right.
James.
Yes.
You're into sports, all this Yankee stuff or whatever. I hate sports. right? So whoever you end up with, do they have to like sports?
Oh no! In fact, I don't want them to stay out of my world. Like let me just watch my game, stay on the couch, and that's it. So they don't have to like my team. And a lot of women, I feel, do that a lot of times. Like they'll get the jersey of their boyfriend's team, goes, hey, he likes me, or stay away from my team.
Okay. I like that. I can appreciate that. Next question: is it true that all men, a waiter man's heart is through his stomach? Malik.
Nah, not for me.
Okay, you don't give for no food.
No, I mean I love eating, but the way to my heart is to just be nice.
All right, yeah. So Quentin, is it true the way to a man's heart is through his stomach?
Nah, my wife can cook when she cooks, and it's good. But nah, if it was up to that, we would have been broke up because it's
Just been slacking on the food?
Nah, she's a great cook when she cooks. But,
Yeah.
you know, I do share time in the kitchen every now and then for breakfast. But it's much more than that. The way to my heart is not that. There's other people who could cook, so they're going to steal me every time somebody cook good.
So let me phrase this the same question, but if you had to choose between great sex and food, which one, James?
Yeah, I'll take the sex.
Take the sex. You all agree?
Yeah, I
Yes,
agree.
yes.
Damn, sex.
And that's really the way to my heart.
You can always get Chinese food or something. Yeah.
Good, I like that. Okay, so why? Answer. What's my next question, Quentin? Why do men
Sleep.
cheat? Very good. I like you could rhyme. Why do men cheat, Quentin? Why? I said why.
Why? All right. So I guess it's the same reason that women would cheat. It's a choice.
Hey,
It's just-
we focusing on men. The
Focus
name
on
of this
that.
segment is what
Well,
men want.
It's a choice. Men choose to cheat when they want to cheat, but that's a choice I believe made early in the relationship. And if you're listening to music these days, if you're watching TV, if you're doing anything that's in the public, then it kind of makes you want to cheat. It gives you reason to cheat. All my favorite shows are like of great shows, but they all have infidelity. I love Power. I love, just Power just finished, but it was
So
like.
you're telling me you're gonna cheat on your wife because you watch a show?
No.
Anyway,
I'm just saying, if I wanted to,
this
it
is
gives
your
me a
husband. You
basis.
need to check him, girl.
But
Check him.
She's safe. You're safe. But it's a choice. I choose not to because I know what could happen if I do, but that's my choice. But if I look at society and I just lean into everything else, I have more evidence to cheat.
Okay, so he's blaming everything else on why men cheat. So I get it. Thank you, Quentin. Why are you always cheating, Malik?
I'm not always cheating.
Okay, my fault. My fault.
Black men don't.
So why do men cheat?
People cheat because of lust. Period.
See, why you couldn't answer a simple question like that? You gave me a
That's
long.
it.
Lust.
It ain't the other person's fault. It ain't how they been treating me. It ain't they not acknowledging me enough lately. It ain't we not doing good. All of that. But the bottom line is you could be doing great, and the right person come along, you're gonna have sex with them.
Quentin?
It's a choice.
James? Because is that the reason you haven't had a relationship in a long time? Because you might cheat, so you just want to stay single, so you could just dip in and out?
No, because even when I was in a relationship, I wasn't cheating, but it was just like, I think,
I like when men look me in my eyes.
No, I was doing this.
No. All right, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
No, I just think it's like, can you control that fantasy? Because I think, let's say you have these women around you and stuff like that, and if you could have a wall like, hey, look, I ain't gonna get with any of these women, it's fine. But some men, just like they just can't put that wall up because they want to get into that fantasy, and I think that's why they make that bad decision.
Oh, that's such a good answer.
I rehearsed it all night.
All right, I realized that. My God. You see, this is why I have.
I didn't want to know the question.
This is why we have 3 different men, because we get in 3 different perspectives. And yes, these men are technically all men. They're speaking for all men as of right now in this show. As you can see, I'm going to have a part 1, part 2, and part 3. With that said, I'm going to take a small break, let her get a sip of water and regain their consciousness, and I'm going to come back to round 2. Come on back.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Welcome back to the Mss Francois Show. And I've been killing these men. I have three men, whatever. They ain't anything that great, but they're men. So I'm just happy that they're here because I ain't see men. I'm just happy to have some men on the show, okay? Because I'm tired of a bunch of females. So with that said, this segment is called What Do Men Want? And basically, I'm just asking men a bunch of questions, and let me see what these answers are. James. So, I have sometimes I pinpoint certain questions for certain people, right? Aha!
Uh-oh.
James, how do you feel about interracial dating?
Oh, I've been to plenty of dates. I think I've been more dates with non-Caucasians than Caucasians.
Oh, so I have a chance.
Oh, you got a shot. You got a shot.
Well, you all shouldn't be interested in interracial. Or they already locked down. He's still available, so I just want to pose him. You're not smart.
Fair enough.
Right? But you think men have an issue dating outside their race? Quentin?
No, they don't have an issue. That's hard. Because my wife and I just had a conversation, what if our kids did that? And we were both like, that'd be interesting. So, of course, you want them to stay, because that's all you know. But if they did bring something up to the table, we're open to it. We're growing with it, with the times.
Your answers... I don't know if you're waiting for me to give you a hint to see if that's the right answer or right response, but whatever it is that is on your heart, just let it flow. Malik, how do you feel about interracial dating or seeing other people with different people from backgrounds or different races, nationalities, stuff like that?
It's all about what your reasons are. So for instance, I had a friend who he left off to go to college early on, and so his thing is, black women are too feisty for him, so he doesn't date black women. But I'm like, but your mother's black. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, why don't you want to date a certain group of women? And I tell him, yo, there's wonderful, I mean, you love my wife. So he's like, yeah, but that's like, your wife's the bomb, that's 1 in a million. I'm like, no, but there's others like that. And so whatever your reason, if your reason is where you're blanketing a whole group of people, then I have a problem with it. If you just really happen to love that person, there's no color there. I don't think there's anything you can do about it once you fall in love with somebody.
Okay, so he rehearsed that. He read a book. He read a book, people. He read a book. Okay? But thank you. That was a good answer. So, So, man, would you rather see women in heels or flats? Malik?
Heels.
Oh, he answered quick. That's
Heels.
so quick. He was like, I know what I like. I like them
Because it
some
does
3
something
inch.
to them, the calves back there.
See that? See that? See it? See it, James?
Want to lick it?
Well, you heard the record from Fabulous, you know, whoever invented high heels, we all owe him one, you know. Yeah, all us guys owe, whoever invented high heels, we owe that guy one.
So you like your women in heels or flats?
Heels.
I think more flat, I don't know.
More flat? You see, he cares about all the corns and calluses we had to go through.
Right.
You all don't care what kind of corn.
Let's take it too far.
You just want to see that little arch and that, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, how do your men feel about like getting you men getting your toes done or your nails done and stuff like that? Is that manly, not too manly? How?
Hell yeah, that's manly.
Okay.
Gotta be clean.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to say it's not manly, but I'm not going to judge anyone for doing it.
He like see some dirt on their nails. Look, he looks like his hands are so soft. He ain't doing no hard work.
They soft, but I'll beat you up with them. So, and get them cleaned again. Get them cleaned out.
Okay, so when for men, right? When they see someone, do they like when the woman make the first move, or would you always like to be the one that make the move towards the woman?
I would just say I would feel better if like she's making the move. Just sort of like, all right, you're saying that doesn't have to be a big move. Just like, all right, you're okay talking to me versus me going to some stranger where I don't know what she's thinking. You know, she's busy. Maybe she had a terrible day. You know. I'd rather like you let me know. All right, you're cool talking to me, and then I'll communicate back.
Hence why he has no woman, because he keep waiting for somebody to come walk up to him.
I'm waiting. It'll happen.
Quentin, how do you feel about that? Do you think men like going towards the woman or the opposite? Or it doesn't really even matter?
I like going. I believe if your confidence is up there with your self-esteem, you should go after it. And, you know.
Yeah, because you have your nails done, your toes done. You want to make sure she
fresh
sees it,
haircut.
right?
Yeah, you feel good about yourself. You go out there and start the conversation.
You think men feel like they're more of a man when they're going after? Because some people say men are hunters, right? So you think most men would rather they make the first move?
Yeah, in some cases, but it depends on the type of breed of dude you are. You know, that was like really like never my style. I kind of like always like to, oh, why he's not looking at me? I look good. What is it with him? They don't pay me no mind. But that's how me and my friends, that's how we operated. I mean, they kind of always came after us, so that's just the way it was.
See, tall, dark, and handsome. And you hear the voice when he talks
I
like,
don't know all that.
they always came after me because, you know.
That's what it was.
Okay, so the men with kids, 5 kids, 4 kids, you all have daughters. What advice, since you all know how a man's psyche is or how you all think, what advice would you give to your daughter on dating men? Quentin? How much daughters you have?
2.
2. God, Jesus. Go ahead. What advice would you give to your daughters?
Love themselves, and ain't no guy out there good enough, and ain't no guy gonna love you more than you can love yourself, or daddy can love you. So I just work on them, working on their own mentality and just their own being. So if you love yourself enough, you ain't gonna let nobody take advantage of you or treat you any type of way because you love yourself that much.
Oh, that's so Malik is right now thinking in his mind, should I piggyback off of that?
No.
What should be my response to that? But that was a good answer.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, no, I agree with them. I mean, I spoil, you know, my daughters. I kiss them a lot. I still kiss them. They don't want me to kiss them now.
How many daughters you have?
2.
Okay.
And I'm like overly loving to them. So I don't think they're gonna like be sluts in the sense where they got this man void to fill. Because, but at the same time, they're gonna have to have their experiences. But I just tell them like, listen, you know, if somebody can't treat you how I treat you or how I treat your mother, then you know you might need to consider. But they're gonna be all right because I was their father. So, you know, they might bump their heads and go through their relationships where, you know, everybody thinks they can fix people, and you know, you gotta learn. How you learn how you can't fix people is through trying to fix people. That's how you learn that you can't do it. So, you know, I'm always here. They, you know, Daddy's always here, so they're gonna be all right.
Okay, how do you feel, James, about if a woman, like you were in a relationship, okay, you're just dating this person, and the woman was to ask you for money?
Well, it depends on how many dates we're talking about, what's the money, how much money, and what it's for exactly. If it's like $400 or something, it's like forget about it. But it's like, hey, my paycheck, blah blah blah. Can you give me $50 the next week? All right, fine, $50. But you know, like $400, like what?
What? Malik, how do you feel about if you're dating someone or a man dating a female and she asks for money?
Yeah, it's funny. I just recently got that question because a woman asked a friend of mine to help her pay her rent, and they only been dating a couple of months. I think she asked him because she thinks he has it like that, you know. So she's looking at it like, you know, $1,500 isn't a lot of money to you. But then my thing to him is, you know, do you really care about her? And if you do, you're gonna give her the money. You know, it doesn't. I know it's only been a couple of months, but do you really care about her, Kev? And he was like, yeah, man, I really like her a lot. I said, well, you know, give her the money. I mean, you're not gonna let her be homeless.
Sound like a bunch of gold diggers in the audience. Okay, so we're winding down. So I want to give this one last question. I gotta tell you, so many people wrote in and how many questions I got because, you men are suspect. When it comes to, let me see. Oh, this last question. Is it okay for your wife, your girlfriend, to have male friends?
Yeah, it's okay. Because if you're gonna be insecure like that, and it's like you can't have any guys around you, it's just the relationship's not gonna. It's just gonna sooner or later it's gonna hit a dead end. So you just got to be cool with it.
So if me and you is in a relationship, and my best friend is a guy, I talk to him all the time. Because you know we women always talking about a relationship. You have no issues with that. You confident in your manhood.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way it was beforehand. Now, if he's like in your ear and putting all this innuendo, that's not true. Then I maybe have an issue with it. But if you were friends beforehand, then probably be friends. But afterwards, you know, it's fine.
Oh, we're about to be in a relationship. So, you guys, how do you all feel about your wives having male best friends or male friends? Either before or after, it doesn't really matter. Is it male friends?
Well, friends are okay. Everybody has their own limits and boundaries. So we're in a relationship, so you could have male friends, but as long as boundaries aren't, you know, crossed, vice versa. I have female friends. As long as we don't cross certain boundaries, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Malik, you okay with that also?
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you see him, you say hi, y'all talk, you know what I'm saying? You see him at work, you hi and bye, but, you know, he ain't gonna be calling you like, what you doing right now and where you going, and nah. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just not wired like that.
I appreciate that honesty. You know, he's like, I don't care, I trust my woman. He's like, well, it's the boundaries. And he's like, yo, you say hi and bye, all right, let's wrap that up.
But you see him at the barbecue and, you know, y'all talk for a little while.
And that's it. Yeah, come right back, you're my woman, right? That's a man, and he does his nails. Look how shiny that stuff is. So with that said, I just want to say thank you so much, James, Quentin, and Tall Dark. I mean, Malik, married. He's married. Okay, don't worry. I haven't done that in a while, okay? That was like in my past. I've learned from my mistakes. So with that said, I want to just thank you all. I just want to thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to go to social media, like, follow, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So catch some more episodes. And don't worry, we're going to have a part 2 of these with some more men. Bound to find me a husband. Thank you all, guys.